Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy DC. This video is going to be a little different from my usual. I pretty much want to talk about panic attacks, anxiety, and the medications. As far as treatment, as far as trying to get off them, and cold turkey. I'm going to start off by saying this. I've been dealing with anxiety and panic attacks from since the age of 14, on and off throughout the years. We'll get better, we'll come back, get better, we'll come back, all up, and to the day now. Now I could give y'all a lifetime story of how I dealt with this over the years, but that would be another video. If y'all want that, I can put that out there. But let's get straight to the point. Like everybody, when they dealt with panic attacks and anxiety, they go through all kind of physical tests and everything come back. There's not a problem, from CAT scan, heart attacks, and then you realize it's a mental condition where panic attacks and anxiety. So in my case, I was prescribed when I first had this. The first medication I was on was Klonopin. Generic name is clonazepam. So I took that for about, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years. Then I went to cold turkey. I did fine for a bit. And then I guess in my younger adult years, anxiety, it came back. I don't think it ever went away. Then I was prescribed some other medication. I can't remember the name of it. Start with an H, sounds like Droxy. Whatever. That didn't work. So like I say, years gone by. I'm a young man, a young adult, and I'm pretty much just managing without it. But I still had anxiety and panic attacks. But it got to a point where it just got real bad, and I had a cousin recommend me to a mental health treatment place, and there they prescribed me Lexapro. So I noticed, I'm a young man now, so I'm on Lexapro. I know that it had certain side effects. My anxiety did get better. I got to where I can, get on the highways again, and therefore, but I had one issue. Antidepressant. I don't know why they treat antidepressants with anxiety, but that's what they were doing. Then it may be the fact that I was young, or they didn't want to prescribe the benzos, but they prescribe SSRI, for anxiety, and I guess it seemed to work. But problems that came with that were prolonged ejaculation, where basically, the inability to really come. I had to really concentrate. So, I told the doctor, it wasn't my primary doctor, he was kind of substituting in. And so he recommended the switch from the Lexapro to Zoloft. So I started taking Zoloft, and of course, I was doing okay. The anxiety, I wasn't doing as well as I was, on the Lexapro, but it took away, all the sexual issues that came with it. So I was on Zoloft probably for years. I'll say maybe 7, 8, 9 years. This time I'm well in. I'm getting closer to 30. Not quite there yet. And so it's just so unfortunate at the time. my grandma, she came down with cancer for a second time. So I know with anxiety, your mental health, you have to be stress free. And and she came down with that somehow. I don't know. I was missing appointments. I was worried about losing her, and I kind of just I wanted to get off of medication again because I was like it's really not being that much effective. So I started cold turkey, and instead of just suddenly quit, I started taking homeopathic therapies, all that. None of that worked. I started taking herbal supplements. Um, I can't think of the name of it, but it's supposed to naturally produce serotonin to the brain. And the reason I was doing this because what doctors won't tell you, and a lot of people here, I guess, if you search for the topic, that when you come off of SSRIs, this is almost like coming off meth. So I ain't never been on meth, but you get these electrical zaps in your head and all kind of crazy stuff. It's hell coming off that drug. So by then, with that going on, like the 2 months in, I was shaking it off and just dealing with it. But my anxiety it just wasn't getting any better. It was getting worse. So I ended up being recommended to another shrink. She tried to prescribe me an antipsychotic drug that they use to treat people with schizophrenia. Some of these drugs I can't even think of the name of. Anyway, that was making me kind of sleepy, and they didn't believe in prescribing benzos or things of that nature. Oh yeah, because the fact during all this time, my panic attacks got so bad that I went to ER and they prescribed me Ativan, and I did pretty good for the 5 day supply they put me on. And just to jump back to this shrink, they ask you these pre-made questions on the paper, and then she want to prescribe me all that. But finally, they put me back on. They tried to put me back on Zoloft, but for some reason with SSRIs, certain antidepressants, you try to get on it. At least in my case, it never did work. It was like it was getting worse and worse. So what they did, they tried another antidepressant. Now, mind you, I'm stuck on these SSR because it's hell getting SSRIs because it's hell getting off of antidepressant. So they prescribed me Celexa and then some other little pill that basically made me sleepy, so-called calm. It wasn't a benzo or anything. It got me by until I was able to see the lady again years ago that prescribed me the Klonopin. So what she did is she kept me on that Celexa, which I really wanted to get off. I wanted to wean myself off of that so bad. I was on the Celexa and the Klonopin, so I started doing much better. So let's say 5 years has passed. Then all of a sudden, I noticed. I'm not saying that this was the cause of everything to go down. Could be everything due to this pandemic. I'm not drinking the same, but I noticed I had a prescription. Mind you, it was 20 milligrams of Celexa, and I would break it in half. Basically, I was taking 10 milligrams of Celexa, but it's just one time in particular they prescribed me a pill that looked like the 20, but it was really a 10, and I was breaking that in half. And I was wondering, all of a sudden my anxiety was getting worse for some reason. So I realized it, and I finally came to the conclusion. I actually pointed out to the doctor. I was like, "Look, I thought I was taking a 20, but the pharmacy prescribed me a 10." She's like, "Well, no, they don't subscribe whole pills in 10." I said, "Well, this said 10 milligrams, and it was hard to break open." She didn't want to go back and forth about it. I'm like, "Okay, oh well." So I got back on the regular dose I was on, but I noticed I wasn't getting any better. I said it's almost the same feeling like when I got off of Zoloft and tried to get back on. So anxiety is just kind of I'm plummeting again, and so Now, mind you, I'm taking the Klonopin at the same time while I'm taking this, but these SSRIs, man, they are treacherous. So I'm trying to get back on it. I'm staying on the dose, and I'm like, look, man, it's not working. My anxiety is getting worse. So I was having a series of bad panic attacks. This is recently, like 3 weeks ago. So what she did is she upped the dose on the Klonopin because I was just taking like a point 0.5. Probably, I know some of y'all like, man, that's nothing. I was taking a point 0.5 milligram, and she upped it up to 1. So I was taking that, and then she had me take the whole 20 milligrams of Celexa. So I started feeling better for about a week, and then I'm feeling the drop again. So with that being said, I'm like, now I'm just searching for ways, man. I'm about to probably get a second opinion, just deal with a regular physician, because I've had as much therapy as you can handle over the years. And that seemed to probably work better for this situation, but I really want to get off those antidepressants because it's hell if you ever try to come off of those. So yeah, this is my video. I just basically want to pretty much touch on really the effects of these antidepressants when it comes to anxiety, and how they'll last for a couple of years, and then they have to try something else, and it's just an ongoing battle. I really just rather not deal with those, and if I can find a way to just, and see, the problem is I work, I work, and then I also do some things on the side, so it's hard to just come off these meds, and because it starts to affect me in the work world. Like I can't really focus, and so I don't know. I just got to figure out a way. Maybe I could just take enough time off while I'm withdrawing from the antidepressants, and we can just find another solution. Or matter of fact, I just find another, a specialist or something. Yeah. This y'all boy DC. I know it's a video, but I just wanted to talk about panic attacks, anxiety, and antidepressants and benzos. So yeah, I'm gonna sign it out, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Yeah.